So what we're doing is taking a little piece of the cancer and growing it in a dish. We grow it in a structure called an organoid, which means organ-like. It's a little ball of cells. It grows very quickly. And then with these little balls of cells, we test therapies. We were trying to identify the penicillin for that patient's pancreatic cancer. So we've done the research on this that's been supported by the Lustgarten Foundation here at Cold Spring Harbor over the past 7 years. And we have found several startling things. We think we are able now to identify what's the best chemotherapy to give a patient with pancreatic cancer and what's the wrong chemotherapy. And this is important because patients are just treated and then we hope for the best. It would be better if we treated the patient based on what their tumor tells us is the right treatment. And with the support of the Lustgarten Foundation, here at Cold Spring Harbor, we've been able to build the organoid system into a method which is very robust and very rapid. We get the tissue from the hospital, we grow the sample. Within a week, we can see if we're successful, and within several days, we can test that sample with drugs. This trial will prove or disprove that our first experiments were correct. And if it's correct, we hope this is how all patients are treated, so that they're treated as an individual using medical information that the doctors have, using scientific information that we'll get from the organoids, put it together to come up with the right combination strategy for a patient with pancreatic cancer. And by doing so, I think we're going to help all kinds of people. So patient goes to the doctor, they have a lump, we don't know what's wrong, we get a biopsy, the pathologist tells us if it's cancer, the scientists tell us this is what the organoid shows. It's a cancer from the pancreas and it responds to this medicine but not that medicine. Very similar again to how people are treated for infections today. We want to know what it is, but mostly we want to know how to treat it. This personalized method using organoids should lead to many more responses, many more lives extended, if not lives saved. The Lustgarten Foundation, we've gone from a small organization of over 20 years ago to one that has had the biggest impact of any organization against this disease because we have funded the fundamental science that has led us to new medical treatments for this illness. That's why supporting the research for pancreas cancer is probably the best way that anybody can have an impact on this terrible disease.